Well, hoy, chummers, and welcome back to another episode of Shadowrun Dragonfall. I'm Smashkeys, your favorite monkey, wearing kind of scary shoulder pads that I haven't changed yet. I'm not really finding some good armor. I mean, Eager has some good armor. Heck, I'd even take Glory's armor. I mean, well, that's her body. That's what she looks like without a shirt. Eager, please, put a shirt on, you're scaring us. Okay. I don't look bad. I look like I'm in Mad Max, though. Okay, so where we last left off, we went and talked to Frau Mueller, and now we're talking to Amsel. Can't remember why, but it's okay. Can you talk to him, please? As you step forward, the rest of your team falls silent. Amsel shifts his attention to you. You can see the worry in his face. Also, I'm happy. I don't care about Amsel, but Blitz and Dieter are not dead, so that makes me happy. Smashkeys, I have some new information. I'm afraid that the news isn't good. Yeah, you said. Go on. 2 years ago, a large shipment of a highly lethal radioactive bioweapon disappeared en route to a storage facility in Dresden. The weapon was designated X-15. I have traced the path of the missing shipment. It was delivered to the Harfeld Manor. Uh-oh. Yeah, Blitz, you don't know, but the Harfeld Manor was this manor at the very beginning of the game, where our friend died and I tried to break her keyboard and it didn't work, and it was just, everyone was embarrassed. Blitz. It is. I've heard of this stuff before. Back in the service we called it Doom. I've never run across it in the wild, but I've heard enough horror stories to know that I don't want to. The stories that you've heard are correct. This Doom is an extremely dangerous substance. He gestures to a technical document on his computer's display. I've been reading up. To this day, the story of Doom remains a cautionary tale in biotech circles. Monoclonal antibody technology is strictly regulated now, and this substance is one of the reasons why. What does this stuff do exactly? Amsel clears his throat and reads aloud from the information on the screen. Doom kills by destroying a host's muscle tissue via radioactive decay. Each individual Doom antibody is bound to a radioactive bismuth 212 isotope. When introduced into a host, these antibodies bind to surface-level muscle tissue. The tissue is then killed with alpha radiation. This process repeats itself until the host wastes away and dies. Jesus! Eager nods grimly. I've heard that Doom was deployed in a couple of border skirmishes back in 41. After seeing what it did to people close up, the UCAS passed a unilateral ban on the stuff. If that doesn't tell you how bad it is, nothing will. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if I'm the it's like mustard gas, right? It's like, if I'm the government using the mustard gas, well, I'm like, well, it's bad, but it's, winning us the war. At the end of the war, we see how bad it really is, then we ban it. But to ban it in the middle of the war doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I hesitate to ask, but what would a dragon want with this Drek? Nothing good. Glory! Shh! Keep down. Jesus. That much goes without saying. This development worries me, Smashkeys. It worries me greatly. So the dragon has a bioweapon, alright, good to know, but that doesn't change what we need to do. I'm a Smashkeys on this one. This is interesting, scary even, but it doesn't actually change anything. I mean, if it ups the stakes in the fire... If it ups the stakes... What? Oh, no, there's no if. I'm adding an if. It ups the stakes if the Fire Wing is allowed to carry out her plans, whatever those might be, but we're going to stop her before that happens. That was always the plan, far as I'm concerned. Still is the plan now. I agree with Dieter. We need to focus on what's in front of us. Whatever the dragon's larger plans might be, the fact is that she is after us. We shouldn't let ourselves get distracted by anything else. Amsel is slow to respond. Finally he nods. Yes, I concur. For the time being, we must continue forward. And that means you must continue working toward raising Alice's fee. I'll leave the matter in your capable hands, Smashkeys. When you've acquired the necessary funds and are ready to head back out to the rabbit hole, let me know. From there, we will discuss our next steps. Eager nods. Good. If you need me, I'll be getting prepped for the next run. Right behind you, love. Dieter casts a backwards glance at Glory. If any of this had an impact on her, she doesn't show it. Come on, Glory, let's go. Now you need to... Oh, Jesus. Now you never got back to me about Frau Mueller. How did the meeting go? Well, it was alright. Oh. Yes. A few. Frau Mueller has provided us with detailed information on the facility. I've vetted the information it seems to hold up. Based on this intel, I have formulated what I believe will be an effective strategy to bring down the building. According to Mueller's intel, the facility is extraordinarily well guarded. Whatever this bloodline project is, the Azis have spared no expense to defend it. The facility is patrolled by Az Technology's internal security personnel on their own. They would pose a challenge, but I don't doubt that you could... What? On their own they would pose a challenge, but I don't doubt that you could brute force your way through them. Unfortunately, they will not be on their own. Az Technology has purchased one of Knight Errant's more expensive security contracts as an additional line of defense. Well, that's not good. No, it is not. Knight Errant is too dangerous to take on directly, but if we were to compromise their comlinks, they could at least partially mitigate this danger. I'm having a hard time reading. I always have a hard time reading. I don't know why. You watch. I've pulled some strings with an old contact of mine, and he's provided me with the address of a small software developer, OTK International. They write the firmware updates for Knight Errant's comm systems, and their defenses should be considerably weaker than Az Technology's. My contact has informed me that the OTK stores an off-site hard copy of every firmware update it develops for data security purposes. My suggestion is this. You hit the offices of OTK International and reduce their computers to slag. In the interim, I will have the hard copy of their next update replaced with a compromised version. When the OTK's next update goes live, our compromised version will be pushed out to the Knights Errant. When you hit the Az Technology facility, I'll be able to track Knight Errant via their comlinks. This should make the run much more manageable. That's true. That's also a very good idea. He fishes in his pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a corporate ID with your face on it. This will get you through the front door of the office park that contains the OTK International. My contact was only able to provide me with one card, so you'll need to get the rest of your team in through a side door. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Very good. OTK's offices aren't far from here. You should be able to take the U-Bahn there when you're ready. Alright. Beautiful. So we're on the road again. That was it for quests, right? Yeah, take the U-Bahn. Blitz, I'm so happy to see you, man. Okay, U-Bahn, 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 right there. Perfect. Alright. No, that's a good idea. It's brilliant, actually. It's like, well, hitting these guys will be too hard, so let's assemble the team. Let's bring Eager, Dietrich, Blitz. Confirm. Confirm. OTK International is a small-time software developer, and it shows. The company's main office is crammed up against the back wall of a massive shared office park, surrounded by competing businesses and larger corporations. A steady trickle of dead-eyed wage slaves flows in and out of the complex. The office park's main entrance is overflowing with hired security, but your forged keycard gets you past them easily enough. A few minutes later, you're walking the winding corridors towards OTK International. You're only a few smashed computers away from putting Amstel's plan into motion. Perfect, perfect. That's all I need, right? I don't think I'm going to need those many grenades, but that's alright. Passing through the main doors of OTK International, you find yourself in a stretch of industrial hallway. Apparently the company is too small to warrant such amenities as the lobby or greeting area. The rest of your team is waiting for you at OTK's side entrance, outside of the office park and beyond the reach of a building security. Letting them in should be as easy as opening a service door. See, it sounds like these office parks are what you would kind of classify like a mall type thing. Maybe like an open courtyard or whatever, where, like it said, a bunch of smaller companies pay for office space. And they pay for that office space for security. And I don't think security would allow a side door that leads out of the park. You know what I mean? Like in the same way that malls have all those utility access tunnels, I think those are what this office park would have. Okay. Reunite with our team. We're not wearing any, Did I just walk in there with this armor? Okay, let's, As you pass by the open door, you see a middle-aged wage slave working at a console. His back is facing the doorway and he doesn't seem to have noticed you. Sneak up behind him. You begin creeping toward the wage slave. He's too engrossed in his work that he doesn't seem to be aware of anything else. Just over halfway across the room, the wage slave body tenses. He begins to turn in his seat. Quickness 4, duck and hide behind the nearest desk. I'm over here now. The wage slave completes his turn. He stares blankly out the door for a moment, then shakes his head. He mutters something about needing to get more sleep, rubs his eyes, and returns to his work. Continue sneaking. You resume creeping across the room. Seconds later, you're right behind him. Aw, man. Choke him unconscious. Well, that's what I would have wanted, because then he would be, tap him on the shoulder. The wage slave simultaneously leaps out of his chair and attempts to whirl towards you. His knees smashed into the corner of his desk. He goes crashing to the ground, wailing. Offer him your hand to help him up. Sorry to have startled you. I'm new here and I just wanted to introduce myself. He reaches up with a scowl and clasps your hand slowly and painfully. He pulls himself to his feet. You're gonna give someone a heart attack sneaking around like that. Not the best way to make a first impression. He rubs his knee with a scowl. Alright, new guy, what's your name? Jonathan. A contractor. Look, I've been here for 36 hours and I was supposed to clock out 45 minutes ago. Do you need something from me? Because if you don't, I'm out of here. Nothing. I can't wait until morning. Go get some rest. You look like you could use it. Yeah, crunch time again. Gotta love it. With a keystroke, he locks the console and turns to the door. He's gonna know my face. I don't want to... Launch yourself at him. Before he can process what's happening, you're on top of him. Oh man, I could have did so much. Attempt to wrestle him to the ground. The wage slave barely has time to move before you're on him. You wrestle him for a few seconds and a picture is knocked from the desk. It shatters when it hits the ground. He clearly has no combat experience, but he fights like a cornered animal. Seeing an opening, you knock him off balance and propel him face first into the corner of the desk. With a wet crunch, oh man, his body goes limp and he falls to the floor. Blood immediately begins to pool beneath him from a large gash in his forehead. You freeze, holding your breath and waiting for the scream of the alarm. After count to 10, you exhale slowly. Looks like you've gotten away with it. Yeah, gotten away with murder. Man, I'm really sorry. I wasn't trying to kill you. I was trying to knock you out though. That was something I wanted to do. Ooh, inspect. A well-used calendar is hung on the wall, covered in notes and appointments. June the 29th has been circled about a half a dozen times, alright? File cabinets. The filing cabinets have all been labeled in neat block printing by hand. They're all locked. Bookcase. The bookshelf is neatly organized and alphabetized. On the upper shelf is a framed picture of a young blonde girl with braces and a huge smile stretching across her face. Whiteboard. The board is arranged in a grid of names and tasks, most of which seem to be in the completed category. In the corner is a note, Lucy B. Day Tuesday. Do not forget. Desk. The desk before you is well kept. The papers are stacked neatly. The drawers are closed and the terminal is shut off. Search the drawers. The contents of the drawers make it clear that this desk belongs to a supervisor of some sort. Mr. Stephen Williams, according to the nameplate. Investigate the locked drawer. The drawer appears to be secured by some sort of electronic lock. The desk itself, however, looks relatively flimsy. You might be able to force the drawer open. Oh man, if I was stronger. Okay, turn on the terminal. Boots up quickly. Please attempt to log in. Stevenson, right? Enter password. Oof. Let's 1337. Incorrect. Okay. Maybe should we try one more time? Stevenson. 629. Incorrect. Okay, let's not try to just guess at passwords. Maybe it'll set off an alarm, right? Kind of worried. Okay. Just door to door, maybe? Oh. Let's hold off there for a second. There we go. That looks like a side door. Well, actually, that kind of looks like a side door. What, can I jack in? I can't jack in. No, let's try. Maybe we'll be able to shut off those drones. Jack in. Please jack in. Decker. Are we in combat? Oh man, I was so scared. Oh, hey. Come on in, guys. Oof. Alright, let's... Blitz, I need you to open the door for me. Oh! Scared me. Oh. Standing in the hallway is a janitor, a tired-looking woman in her mid-30s. She was staring at you, her eyes wide... she is staring at you, her eyes wide with surprise. You can't help but notice the alarm panel set to the wall just behind her. With a flick of her wrist, she could make your job infinitely more complicated. Oh, excuse me, you startled me here. A look of confusion crosses the janitor's face as her eyes flit from you, to your teammates, to the door that you just let them through. You are suddenly aware of how very out of place you look in this building, and the furrow in the janitor's brow tells you that she made the same observation. Who are you exactly, and how'd you get into this building? How to get... Attack her. I'm new. They just brought me on as a quality assurance tester for the Ares project. Oh. Well, welcome aboard. From what I've heard about QA testing, I don't envy you. The guys back in the server room will appreciate your presence, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll make quite an impression. She gestures towards the open door. Well, step right on in and head to Mendy's in reception. She'll get you logged into the system so that you can clock in and clock out. The janitor smiles warmly. Thank you, you've been a great help. Oh. Okay, we, didn't have to kill the lady. Which is good. We, should try not to kill every single person. Okay, go deck in. Confirm. Alright, Blitz, let's do this! Alright, hidden behind cover. Let us get this guy going. And... can I... explosion? Blaster? Yeah. Skadoosh! Get behind cover, buddy. Buddy. Get behind cover. He's not ducking at all. Does this hurt them? Did we figure that out last time? Yes. They do take some damage. We're behind cover. You can't hit us. Okay, maybe suppression? We're a little high, so let's drop that. And then skadoosh. And you know what? Let's... oh, we can't. I was gonna say we can spawn the other guy, too. Skadoosh. Ah. Oh, no. So let's spawn this guy, too. Let's spawn them all. Okay. And then while we're here, heal up this guy. And then do pot shots. 75%. 75%. And then... you're really bad. Let's go all the way over here. And still only 54%, huh? Okay. 34%. Let's head all the way over here. Skadoosh. Why are you guys so terrible? Skadoosh. Skadoosh. Then you. Skadoosh. And then skadoosh. And you 75%, hey? Should be able to hit him at least once. Or 3 times. Okay, skadoosh. Perfect. So now we can get all the way there in 1 turn. Perfect. So we opened up the executive door, and let's go home. So that's it, right? This matrix is kind of small. End turn. And let's jack out. Perfect. So what did that do? That opened this door. Okay. Was there any more doors we can go in? This leads to the janitorial closet. Okay, let's actually head over here. Oh, his body's gone. That's not good. Did the janitor already, Okay, terminal. Terminal boots up. Decking. Have your decker crack the password. Perfect. Unlock the drawer. Perfect. Among the various other items in the locked drawer, you find the supervisor's ID badge. Oh, okay, we didn't even need to... Can somebody force open the... Oh. Well, that was it, I guess. Good job, team. So, we don't need to fight those things, because we can go in through the side door, the executive door. Right? Is that what that means? Oh! Uh-oh. Destroy the comlink software. Okay. Halt, this is a restricted area. The guard raises his weapon, his voice brimming with excitement. Show me your ID now! See, I think they know who this supervisor looks like. Oh, let's do this one. Etiquette security. I don't have a company ID. I was sent here by Knight Errant Dispatch to check on the status of the patch. Dispatch? Look, it's my first day, but the captain didn't say anything about... Don't question dispatch, son. They say jump, I jump. But Look, you want to step out of my way? I need to jack into that console behind you and verify that the patch is ready for the release. After a long pause, he stammers out a response. Yeah, okay, you go ahead and do what you need to do, but don't leave this room, you hear? I want to keep an eye on you. Yeah, don't worry, I won't. Look at that, just talking our way into all sorts of stuff. We're probably going to have to kill these guys, though. Murder is always on the docket when Smash Keys is in town. But, this is probably a good little spot to break, Well, this has been Shadowrun Dragonfall. I have been Smash Keys, a lovable monkey murderer. And you... Wait, no. I'm a monkey murderer, not a murderer of monkey. You know what? Never mind. And you... Have a nice day.